Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news cartridge for Thursday, February 23rd, 2017. Haven't done one of these in a while. Happy birthday to Contra, which has turned 30 years old this month. Speaking of birthdays, Pokemon will turn 21 years old on Monday, and 4 new official figurines will be released, showcasing Pikachu, Magikarp, Eevee, and Mew, all executing some form of attack. I say some form because, well, splash. Here's a game that's a throwback to old hockey games called Old Time Hockey, and it's coming to Xbox One, PC, and PS4 on March 28th, and will cost $12 US or your regional equivalent. Pamela, which is an acronym for something not yet explained, is a sci-fi horror game coming to Steam's Early Access program 2 weeks from today on Thursday, March 9th. The Ghost Recon Wildlands beta began today, and I'm going to give it a try if I have time over the weekend, but truth be told, I'm not that interested in it. If you've played it, let me know how it is and how it runs in the comment section down below. However, participating in the open beta will earn players 3 bonus missions once the game fully releases. Lego City Underground has a release date, and it's coming to us on April 7th for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Due to some wording used in a tweet from PlayStation Ireland, the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy may not be a permanent exclusive to the PS4. It's very clear that the games will come to PS4 and PS4 Pro first, but there's no indication if it will release on subsequent platforms. Natalie Dormer is going to have a main role in Mass Effect Andromeda as the ship's doctor. Dormer is best known for her role as Marjorie Tyrell in Game of Thrones and for being incredibly pretty. Not gonna lie, I've got a bit of a celebrity crush on her. Don't tell my wife. Just kidding. She knows. She's downstairs. Moving on, changing your layout for your controller through Steam is about to get easier than ever. The browser will now sort configs by the number of votes it has received in the last 30 days. I think this is a great change, but now let's hope Valve doesn't fuck it up. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. Overwatch's game director Jeff Kaplan has made some statements to Polygon in regards to Effie, the young child whose in-game universe interview was published yesterday that I briefly talked about. Effie is definitely not the 24th character for Overwatch, but she will be involved in the story of the next character in some way. For more updates on the 24th character for Overwatch, stay tuned to News Cartridge. Here's a story about why you should always do your fucking research, and I just want to tell everyone before we start this thing that I'm going to purposefully mislead you just to show you how easy it is to be fooled. And that is because I will admit Kotaku had me fooled at first. So there's an unreleased SNES ROM that was just discovered called Quick the Thunder Rabbit. It's a remake of a game for the Commodore Amiga. A user by the name of The Real Phoenix had discovered the ROM and then decided to change the code to his own desires. When asked if he could upload the ROM in its original form, he replied simply, "Unfortunately, no. Sorry." Then saying the integrity of the ROM is good. There are real altercations, but they are harmless. Now, who the hell does this guy think he is? I perceive video games as art, and you can't just go around changing art to suit your own taste. Frank Cifaldi, a game historian in the Kotaku article, says, quote, "It's a terrible practice. If people aren't acting as watchdogs and documenting when things have been changed, people are literally rewriting history." Oh no! Not history! Who controls the present controls the past. Who controls the past controls the future. Conveniently, though, what the article seems to be lacking is why the changes were made. However, the article does link to the forum where the Real Phoenix uploaded the ROM, and he tells a much different story. Kotaku does mention that a splash screen was added, also known as a title screen. But the reason why the splash screen was added was because the ROM would not start easily without it. Phoenix explains that he had added it to make it easier for people who may not know extravagant methods to get the game to run, and now it starts with a simple press of a button. Want to see the dreaded title screen that some are up in arms about? Yeah, it's not even not that bad, it's fucking nice. This isn't a terrible practice, this is what the game deserves, but I guess that's just my opinion. You know what, let me know if you think the game should be uploaded in its original broken state and therefore useless to most people, or it should be in the state that it is now, fully accessible to everyone with ease. You know what, I know that's a very loaded question, but we're gonna go with it anyway. You push your narrative, Kotaku, and I'll push mine. No, that's not right either. I'm really not trying to push any narratives other than do your research and think logically and reasonably. And we're not even close to being done today because now we're going to talk about the Nintendo Switch again. With a mere 8 days to go until launch, most publications out there have received their own Switch review samples, and there is a plethora of unboxing videos out today. I'm not going to show any or link to any because we've already seen it, and also just how bad yesterday's was. Now here is some good news about the Switch, or at least about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. The game will not require installation files in any way. You just put your cartridge in and play. Now, there's no telling if this only applies to Breath of the Wild or just early release games for the Switch. I would like some more clarification on whether or not all games for the platform will act this way. It would be incredibly beneficial because then owners would not have to buy such a large SD card if they plan to go all physical media. Here's one I think is neutral for the Switch. It's neither good nor bad. It will require a day one patch to enable things like access to the eShop, linking a Nintendo account, or accessing a public internet hotspot. I had reported in a previous episode that purchases on the Switch would be tied to your Nintendo account, therefore make it easier to re-download games if something happens to your original hardware. Well, apparently that comes with some downsides because you will only be able to have your digital purchases downloaded to one Switch at a time. Meaning if you went over to a friend's house and logged into their Switch, you would not be able to download and play any of your games. If you own two Switches for whatever reason, you will not be able to install the same game on both systems simultaneously. I'm not even sure if you'd be able to buy the same game twice because purchases are linked to your Nintendo account, so therefore it may tell you already own the game. Unless Nintendo finds a way to fix that too. Nothing's broken, don't fix it. And then I saved the best for last because there will be no virtual console for the Switch on launch. You know all those old Nintendo and SNES games that would be great to play on the go or at home? Yeah, no, we don't need that at launch. Wait. Wasn't one of the incentives of buying a Switch early having access to the online features and stuff for free until sometime this fall? Well, now we know one of those features isn't going to be the rental each month, and I'm not calling it a free game. If they take it away, it's a rental. And then finally today, I can't believe it, I got the fairy tale ending to a story from last week. Just to get everyone up to speed, there's a man named BU who's working on something called the SNES Preservation Project. He is hoping to archive every single SNES game and was doing so in partnership with a private European collector. BU was expecting a package of 100 SNES games which are valued at somewhere around $10,000 US. This was the second shipment of games, and earlier this month he received a letter that the package had been lost and the contents were gone forever. BU started a Patreon and was taking donations in order to sue the courier he had chosen for alleging they stole the parcel. Well, today the games finally arrived at his doorstep, safe and sound. Now what's really terrible about this is the games had made their way all the way to a facility in Atlanta, Georgia, where they would have ended up in a public auction for unclaimed mail. It was only because this story had gotten media attention that a manager of the shipping company took charge and was personally able to track the package down. BU states that he is sorry for ever accusing anyone of having stolen the games, but he thinks that something more should have been done initially. Now, I think that if all lost packages are sent to the same facility, you might want to have the company check there first before the letter goes out that the package was missing, or worse, the package goes up for auction. From here, the SNES Preservation Project will go through with these 100 games, but he will no longer depend on commercial shipping for fear of the same incident happening again. BU states that he will be refunding any donations made via PayPal and plans to tailor his Patreon so that he may purchase the remaining 300 games to complete the archive. For now, this story does have a happy ending because the cartridges were not lost, but ultimately the project has been put on hold. I really hope that there is some way for this project to continue on at some point. But I also don't blame anyone if they're a little shaken up over almost having lost a piece of gaming history. You know what else is a part of gaming history? Tomorrow's game releases for PC: Eternal Return, Seabed Prelude, City Climber, Legend of the Skyfish, Red String of Fate, Black Wake, Badass Hero, Seasteader, Land It Rocket, Hellion, Hollow Knight, Footrock VR, Lost in the Ocean VR, A Timely Intervention, Wizrogue, Labyrinth of Wizardry, Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion HD Renovation, Cut Cut Buffet, K-Bite, Midnight at the Celestial Palace Chapter 1, Uniball, Shining Plume 2, Doglorax, The Shadows of Pygmalion, Just VR, Slingshot Target Practice, Draw the Way, and Hyper Knights. For PlayStation 4, A Pixel Story, and Warhammer 40,000 Death Watch. For Xbox One, Bokusaka Wars 2, A Pixel Story, Chime Sharp, Warhammer Quest, Trulon, The Shadow Empire, and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Banned Footage Volume 1. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And I took the shell off my snail thinking he would move faster. If anything, it made him more sluggish. Just to let everyone know, if there's a big list of games like that, more than likely I've done at least 10 takes to get it right, because I don't want to do all of them with their own little take. I think that would be really terrible for editing. It would look terrible, and it would just be really, really hard to edit too. I think I've got to do the whole list in one big thing. I don't know how else to improve it. Yeah, I'm really happy about that SNES project thing. I thought that the games were just lost for good. I really did. I thought that the SNES Preservation Project wasn't going to go on. I am really happy it was, because I think that everybody should be able to play those games. Whether or not you play them for free, that's a whole other thing, because they are ROMs and emulators and blah, blah, blah. We'll get into... I haven't actually ever gotten into that topic, and I think I need to address how I feel on ROMs and that sort of thing. I'm fine on them. I don't care. But other than that, yeah, you know, I don't, yeah. What else today? Got back into playing some Stonehearth. Been playing lots of Stonehearth lately. Yeah, that's good. Not Hearthstone, Stonehearth. Completely different game, completely different concept. Go look it up on Steam. It's pretty inexpensive game for what you get. You get instantly sucked into it. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, social media links are over here. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Say hi. I'll say hi back. I try to comment back on everybody. Unless you're a regular commenter here, I will reply to you. If you're a regular commenter here and you're like, oh, haha, that was a great joke, you know, you may not get a response back because I can only say, thanks for liking the joke that I stole from Reddit so much. You know, I can only say these things so many different ways. Please, I love the messages of encouragement. I've been getting a lot of those lately. Thank you so much. By the way, also, if you're new here, hi, how's everybody doing? Welcome to the show. I've gotten a lot of views and subs in the last couple of weeks. It's nice. Thank you so much. You guys are so awesome, so cool. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling because I'm rambling. Social media links are over here. Click over here to subscribe. Click over here for yesterday's video. Friday's tomorrow. Who can't wait?